Week 2 of the 2025 NFL season is in the books, and wow, it was wild. We had overtime thrillers, monster blowouts, rookie mistakes, and even Super Bowl contenders stumbling out of the gate. Today, we're breaking down everything we learned from Sunday's games, from Lamar Jackson's bounce back, to the Chiefs' shocking slump, to which teams already look like true playoff threats. Stick around until the end, because we'll also talk about which storylines to watch heading into Week 3. Let's dive in. First up, the Baltimore Ravens. After that heartbreaking Week 1 collapse, they came out angry and dismantled the Browns 41-17. Lamar Jackson threw 4 touchdowns, Zay Flowers and DeAndre Hopkins looked unstoppable, and Baltimore proved they can win big even without piling up yards. But on the flip side, Cleveland? Still stuck. Joe Flacco's lack of mobility is killing their offense. The turnovers, the lack of spark. If they don't figure it out soon, this could get ugly for the Browns. Cincinnati Bengals fans, take a deep breath. Joe Burrow went down with turf toe, scary moment. But backup Jake Browning stepped in, marched the team down the field with a 15-play, 92-yard drive, and sealed a 31-27 win over the Jaguars. And Ja'Marr Chase? Worth every penny of his monster contract, 14 catches, 158 yards, and a touchdown. But for Jacksonville, the drops, penalties, and missed chances were brutal. This was a game they should have won. This one was insane, Cowboys versus Giants, ending 40-37 in OT. Dak Prescott lit it up for 361 yards, while Russell Wilson looked like vintage Russ, until the interception in overtime that cost New York the game. Both teams showed offensive firepower, but let's be honest, the penalties and sloppy play? If either of these teams want to contend deep into January, they've got to clean that up. Detroit Lions fans are eating good. A 52-21 beatdown of the Bears, and Jared Goff was on absolute fire. 5 touchdowns, over 80% completion rate, and perfect timing on play action. Amon-Ra St. Brown keeps showing why he's one of the best receivers in football. And that defense, opportunistic and nasty. Aiden Hutchinson continues to look like a future Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Patriots versus Dolphins was pure chaos. Missed kicks, muffed returns, and sloppy mistakes. But New England pulled it off 33-27 thanks to rookie Drake May's poise and a huge late field goal. For Miami, the offense had flashes, but they just couldn't finish. If they want to stay in the playoff picture, consistency is non-negotiable. No Brock Purdy, no problem? Mac Jones filled in and threw 3 touchdowns in a 49ers win over the Saints. He looked comfortable, efficient, and right at home in Kyle Shanahan's system. New Orleans had moments, but Spencer Rattler's mistakes and dropped passes killed them. And credit to kicker Eddie Pinheiro. He steadied the special teams after early issues. Buffalo dominated the Jets, 30-10. Josh Allen led a balanced offense, James Cook ran hard, and the Bills controlled the clock from start to finish. The Jets? Ugly. No rushing attack, penalties, poor passing, and then Justin Fields went down with a concussion. New York looks lost. Seattle beat the Steelers 31-17 behind a defense that clamped down in the second half. The Seahawks are showing flashes of the old Legion of Boom mentality. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, looked battered and thin. Injuries really exposed their depth. The Rams looked sloppy early against Tennessee, but then Stafford took over. Final score, 33-19. Rookie QB Cam Ward showed flashes for the Titans, but once the pass rush got to him, it was game over. Bad news for LA, though. Corner Ahkello Witherspoon went down with an injury. Arizona jumped on Carolina early, forcing turnovers and cruising to a 27-22 win. Bryce Young turned it on late, but those early mistakes buried the Panthers. For the Cardinals, the big question remains: can they sustain offensive consistency for 4 quarters? The Colts edged Denver 29-28 thanks to Jonathan Taylor's big runs and clutch kicking by Spencer Schrader. Daniel Jones was steady, while the Broncos shot themselves in the foot late with mistakes and penalties. Here's the shocker. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Chiefs 20-17 at Arrowhead. Yes, Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City are now 0-2. A rookie, Andrew Makuba, picked off a pass that bounced off Travis Kelce's hands. And the Chiefs' offense just couldn't get going. It's rare to see Mahomes and Kelce out of sync like this, but right now, Kansas City looks very, very mortal. Atlanta's defense stole the show in a 22-6 win over Minnesota. Rookie defenders like Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. were everywhere, pressuring J.J. McCarthy and forcing mistakes. And fun fact, every single one of Atlanta's points came from their kicker, John Parker Romo. Defense and special teams did it all. So, what did Week 2 tell us? The Ravens, Lions, Bills, and 49ers look like early contenders. The Chiefs, Browns, and Jets? Major red flags. Quarterback depth matters more than ever. And rookies are already making huge impacts across the league. But what about you? Who impressed you the most in Week 2? And who looks like they're in trouble? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I want to hear your takes. And if you're loving these breakdowns, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss next week's recap. Trust me, Week 3 is going to get even crazier. This was your Week 2 NFL breakdown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you after Week 3.